My name is Olivia, Olivia Delcán, and I got into acting when I was very, very, very little, like when I was 6, but like in school. I just went to theater in school. But then I started studying journalism when I went to college for journalism, but I was also going to an acting studio. And then I decided to just move to New York. I was living in Madrid at the moment, and I decided to move to New York. My brother was living there, and my father also, and to start studying acting in an acting studio. And that was like a really good decision, like a very, very, very important decision, because it was like the first time in my life I was like actually doing what I really, really, really wanted to do. And that felt really good.
And then how did you get involved with Warrior Nun?
Oh, yeah. I actually first did an audition for a smaller character that was in the first season that was like in the Bling Ring, you know, that group of like the hip like teenage, like the ones that they were the first ones to like have like a story with Ava.
Yeah.
Well, the girl, I did an audition for that girl. But yeah, I did the audition for that character, and then they sent me this other audition for Camilla. And I was actually in Thailand in my friend's wedding, and I did the audition like in a hotel room, and I did it really fast. Like I really want to just enjoy Thailand, and like, and I thought it was a very like interesting audition. I was like, whoa, it's like a warrior nun. It sounds very weird and very cool at the same time. And then I just got the part, and it was very cool. And one interesting fact is that my character was supposed to die in the first season, which is, it was so funny. I didn't know that. David Hayter told me like on my first day of shooting on the second season. He was like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And by the way, I'm the one who like wrote like that I decided that Camilla shouldn't die. And that was very cool to find out.
All the fans thank him for that.
Yes, me too.
That is really interesting when thinking about how you would audition for another role, because I cannot see another person playing Camilla at this point. I think that it fits so well, and like the image that we perceive of her, it just works out perfectly. So like I'm happy that things worked out that way, especially that we get to see a lot more Camilla. Because it's something that we also found out through other interviews, including yours, other previous ones, where we found out like, okay, this precious character that we adore, she was meant to die. Why and how? But keeping that in mind, and now that it's a bigger role than you went into from all aspects, what would you like to see from Camilla coming season 3?
Well, I think she can go so many ways. She has so many layers. Like I loved what they did with my character on season 2. Like all the stories that she had, like it was very interesting. I think I really like Camilla though, being a nun. Like I couldn't picture her like in the normal world, like living a normal life. Like I really like Camilla just like really committing to being a nun and doing like warrior nun stuff, and also like just hanging out with the nuns. Like I remember the first day of shooting on season 2 that I had to like show the nuns how to do a TikTok. And these women were playing like the nuns, and it was just so much fun to just like we had like a long because it wasn't like really written on the dialogue. We were just improvising, and I really liked that. Like, yeah, like hanging out with nuns, with like older nuns. I think that would be really cool. And also like I really liked shooting with Silvia, the Fanti. Yeah, I really like that duo. And with Mina, like that was so much fun.
Yeah, it's a really interesting trifecta. I don't think I saw it coming, like even from season 1, like just the way that the role of Mother Superior kind of like grew into the girls, and like I was even calling him Mother. It was really interesting, and then how everything worked out with like the introduction of Jasmine. Like it was a really like the gold team. So it would be interesting to see a lot more of that in season 3. I do agree.
Okay, I have to
And
jump in and say,
And go ahead.
you want to fight some more, get more weapons training.
Oh yes. Yes, of course. More fighting. Like I was with Kai the other day. I think you've met him.
Oh yeah, Kai's awesome.
Yeah, he told me that he spoke with you guys. He's great. And I had so much fun just like going into training and then learning stuff and playing around with weapons. And we had so much fun. And I think that's also like a very, very, very like important pillar of the show. Just like all the stunt work and the fight scenes. It's really cool. And we can go really, I think they got really creative on season 2 for the fight scenes. And I think that was like a really smart choice to do.
We're super fans of the stunt team.
They're the best part of the show. I mean, they're great.
In season 2, you did work a lot with Sylvia. What other characters would you have liked to work with?
I mean, also Tristan Ulloa. He's just so much fun to work with. Like, I would love to have more scenes with him. And like, all of them. I mean, Alba, Cristina, Lorena. Lorena, I didn't have any scenes with her like this season. I wish I had more. She's also very fun. I mean, there's a really amazing team, I have to say. But yeah. I think Tristan. I would like to have more scenes with Tristan to be friends again, because I think Camilla's a bit mad at him in season 2.
You'd like to see his redemption arc come to play.
Yeah, I want to be friends with him again. I mean, Camilla wants to.
I mean, now that he's back with you guys at the OCS and Camilla's the only one left there, I guess you'll have more time with Tristan and Father Vincent. How do you think that Camilla, because we didn't see much of her reaction for him coming back into our side, essentially, and how do you think Camilla will react towards him going forward?
Well, I think Camilla really trusts like what Mother Superior like thinks of, like if Mother Superior is okay with Father Vincent, she's gonna be okay. Like she's gonna be like, okay, if the boss thinks you're cool, then okay. I mean, I'm sure she's gonna like have like a period of not trusting him 100%, but I'm sure she's gonna, I mean, she has a very warm heart, so she knows how to forgive.
I don't know why it surprised your answer surprised me a lot, considering that it is true. Now that you said it, it makes sense that she would trust Sylvia in that aspect. I'm gonna go a little bit of script here because you actually touch into kind of like Camilla's reactions, and we do have a question that we were like, yeah, we're not sure if we're gonna have time to ask it, but whenever we like at the end of season 2, we have like this whole like, okay, like Ava is gone, but we jump ahead in time and we just go into the after credits, and like Beatrice is also gone. So given that situation, how do you think Camilla would have reacted to losing a friend on both aspects?
Like, how is she going to react to that?
Yes, so like how do you think she would have reacted both to Ava's death? I mean, we suspect that it's going to be something awful, but I guess it's more so in the question of like, what do you think her thoughts are gonna be, or especially more so to be leaving the order?
I mean, the thing is, I think she's like, she's sad that B's leaving, but at the same time, B wasn't okay like with us, and Camilla knew that, and Camilla wants B to be happy. So I remember when we shot that last scene that I was like really smiling in the last one, like, and the director was like, no, Olivia, like Simon was like, Olivia, you can't be that happy. Like, bring it down. I was like, okay. But I remember that Camilla was just like, you go, girl, live your life. Like, I think she just like Camilla, like B's not hurt or anything. She's just like making the best decision to like have a better life. So I mean, Camilla's sad, but she was happy. I remember when I shot that scene that I was happy for B.
I really like that answer, especially because we consider Camilla kind of like the trigger for a lot of what happens with like Beatrice and like Ava, and just kind of like in supporting those other characters. So her being happy, I can see that, and I actually like really like picturing that. Taking a step back, for like Camilla's character grew a lot from season 1 and season 2. Like she gained a lot of depth into her character. How would you say like it was to adapt to kind of like that new depth of the role?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually more interesting for me. Like whenever you have more information about a character acting wise, you can always like give it more layers and know it better. So it actually was kind of easier to play her because I didn't have to invent that much, or like to like I had a whole like arc from where I could play so many different Camillas, and that was like very fun for me. Yeah, but it was interesting because there were so many layers. Like I Camilla's like a whole different person when she's like with Sylvia, like with Mother Superior, or when she's with like Adriel, like there's another part of her, or with when she's flirting with Todd, like it's just like almost a different character.
You had said that you had went to school in New York. What made you want to go back to Madrid?
Well, actually my student visa was like I had to like I couldn't live and work in the States. So I had to go back to Madrid. And when I went back to Madrid, I went to this other school. I was very young actually when I went back. And then I started just working very quickly in like the industry in Spain. And I actually thought I actually think I wouldn't have been able to get the role of Camilla if I hadn't, because I have 2 agents, one in the States and one in Madrid. and there were two casting directors, one in the States and one in Madrid. And the one in the States was like, no, she doesn't fit in the profile. And then the one in Madrid, she was like, yes, let's see her. So I
Wow.
actually auditioned in Spain for like Warrior Nun. There were like 3 casting directors, one in the US, one in London, and one in Spain. And the thing is, because I have a solid career in Spain, so that's maybe easier for me now to like work abroad. Like I have so many friends in the States, it's very, very hard to be an actor in the States. Like all of my friends, like not a lot of them are working, from the ones that I went to school with, and they were very, very good actors, but it's just very tough. There's a lot of actors.
I mean, I would apologize on behalf of my country, but then we got to see you in Warrior Nun. So
No, it's just the industry's way bigger in the States. In Spain is very, very small. Like there's only a few of us.
I previously you mentioned something that you're writing your second play. I believe you said it was called Vampires. Correct me if I'm mistaken. How's the writing process going for that?
It's going very well. Yeah, I started rehearsing with the actors, but I do, like for me, theater it has like a very long process. Like I like to write and then rehearse and then rewrite and then rehearse again and then do the play. But yeah, it's a long process. And I also wrote a short film, and I'm gonna shoot it in Menorca. That's the island where I'm from, next to Ibiza, and we're gonna shoot it in October. So that's very exciting.
will you be directing as well?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be my first short film, like thing that I do in fiction that I direct, which is exciting.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
Well, you know, you have a whole fandom behind you that will come watch it.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you have any plays at the moment that people can come and support.
Plays. Well, I'm rehearsing one, but it's not gonna be up until like September. And then yeah. But it's called All for Us. Like the song in Euphoria. Have you seen it? The
No.
song?
What song is it?
All for Us, Labyrinth. It's a great song. I love it.
Is it always such a long rehearsal between play premieres?
No, normally in Spain, you rehearse a play for 45 days, like a month and a half, and then you just do the play for a month. But there's also like theater companies that like to do like a research, like almost like a thesis of each play. Like it's a very long process. But I must say that I'm not doing that every day. Like I maybe work like 1 month and then I stop for 3 months and then I pick it up again.
Is the inconsistency like great at you, or do you like it?
Well, I don't have much choice. Like that's the profession that I chose. Like I don't really feel that it's not like I always have like many new projects that I work like, because it's always very long. Like mostly when you do fiction, like you have the script and then you send it to producers and then you send it to like a platform and then you have to rewrite stuff and it's also like it's always such a long process that you just get used to like working like 2 months like very deep and very intensely into like a script or a play, and then you stop and then you go ahead and work again. That's how it is. But if you're lucky, you never really stop. You just have like different times or months that you work in different projects?
Very hectic. Could personally not be me because I'm a very stable person. So hats off to you because I cannot deal with so much change at the same time. Um, how would you say, like now that we're talking about like the different roles that you have taken and like how everything is it's always moving. How would you say that your experience as an actress has helped you in these other artistic endeavors?
Like in my other artistic, like directing and writing, or
Yes.
yeah, like I always, everything that I write, I write it also with my acting knowledge. Like I know how it feels to have a good script. I know how it feels to have a bad script. So I have like a lot of knowledge that maybe a writer doesn't really have, because the writer never gets to play what he writes. But I do, and I not always, but I have a lot of projects that I'm also acting in them. Like I'm writing and I'm also acting. So I always write from like things that I really want to like express at this moment of my life, or like I want, yeah. And it's always very personal. Yeah. And I also like make up stuff, but it feels personal and then it becomes something else. So it's like a mix of like personal and fiction. It's, yeah, that's how I do it.
I was just gonna ask, because you have a beautiful voice. I know you sing. Do you write any music? Just wondering.
Well, I don't, but I was actually talking to a friend that I want to start taking like singing classes and piano classes. But yeah, when like maybe next year. Like I really want to. Like it's been, I already have the teacher, and she's like a friend of mine, and she wants to give me classes, but I don't have the time. But I love to sing. I really like it.
If you've seen the campaign that say Warrior Nun, you know, we're nearly 6 months into it. And still winning awards, you know, fan voting awards. There's talks about, you know, something happening soon. Do you have any thoughts about the drive, the devotion of the fandom?
No, I actually, whenever I talk about the fans of Warrior Nun to my friends, or whenever I bump into one, and it's really not often, like I never really get recognized for this role in Spain. Like I actually got recognized in Berlin, like in a club. Like someone was like, "Hey, I know you. Wait, are you a nun? Wait, are you a warrior nun?" And she was actually so nice that I actually have her phone number. She was very, very cool. But I'm very like I think that I've never had like a cooler fan like structure or community of fans. I think you guys are like amazing. I mean, I also did a show that it's called Locked Up that had a really good, cool community of fans that they also like, it got canceled, Locked Up, and the fans, they did like this whole like Marea Maria, I don't know what it was called, but they were like really insisting, and they were the ones who got a 3rd season of the show, and like Netflix bought it because it was like a show of like the local TV or something, and Netflix bought it and they did a third season. But they didn't cast me for the third season, so it was bittersweet.
Their loss.
Yeah. But I think that fans nowadays have a lot of saying and a lot of power. So I'm positive if something happens in Warrior Nun, if there's going to be a third season, it's going to be because of you guys, like 100% sure. And I'm going to be very grateful, because that's like a project that I really love, and I would love to do it. I would love to do a third season for sure.
We want to see you on that third season. We're actually fundraising for a mural in Madrid right now.
Amazing.
Yeah. So there's still one in Barcelona.
Yeah, Kai showed me that.
Yeah, because Lee ended up coming and seeing it.
Yeah, he sent it to Kai.
I guess just one last thing is, any uplifting message you would like to send to the fandom?
Well, I must say that I'm learning a lot from the fans and from like the constant fighting. Like I think the fans are the real warriors, like warriors of the show. Like it's really inspiring to have like this community, and like now talking to you girls, like it's like very nice to meet you, because you're just like very like normal girl, like people like me, like I can really relate. So thank you. I would say thank you to the fans for sure.
Well, thank you for your time. I know that you're so busy, and everybody is looking forward to this, and we look forward to seeing your next project.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I know you have to go now, so.
Well, thank you. It was so nice to meet you, really. Okay.
Right. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.